Hi, my name is Wesley Lawton, and I am the grief counselor for Hospice of Michigan, covering Macomb County, and the co-facilitator of Men Overcoming Loss, along with my colleague Will Gasper. And today I am doing a recording of the presentation that we went over in this last Tuesday's Men Overcoming Loss session. We continued reviewing some of the different societal roles that many men experience and the ways that it can affect our grief and what we can do about it. One thing that we talked about in the group was how, the reason that we're going over these roles is that many of us, guys in particular, are impacted by them, whether we know it or not. And so it can help to name them, to say that they're there and they're maybe affecting us in these ways. And from there, we then have the power to decide what to do about it, how much control we want it to have in our lives, and to what extent we want to stop it from controlling our lives, or maybe change how it impacts us, how we allow it to impact us. So I'll go ahead and jump right in, and I will also give a few notes from our group in case you weren't able to be there, or if you're reviewing this for yourself and you want to remember some of the things that stood out. And hopefully you'll be able to join us in the future. But we want to provide this just in case this works better for you in this format. So I will share my screen, the presentation here. All right. And let me start the slideshow. So Will recorded a video for the presentation up to this point, so please feel free to view the most recent video before this one. I believe it will be for July of 2020. But we jumped in after reviewing some of the other ones with the role of problem solver. And Will shared, and I've heard him share this story before as well, that he got, I think it was a little plaque or some other thing to hang or to put on his desk. And it said, I think it was dads, it may have been grandpas, but I think it was dads are for fixing things and for love. And this is a message that many of us get at one point or another. Not all of us are quite as handy with manual, well, I don't know about manual labor, but fixing things, maintenance, breaking out the toolbox and making something work. And I happen to be one of them who that's not my skill set. I have other skills, but my wife happens to do a little more of that in our relationship. And sometimes, again, speaking from experience at different points of life here, that can feel like somehow you're less of a man just because there is that expectation. And again, many of you watching this probably fall and fit right into that role. The problem is that when it comes to loss and grief, there's a lot that you can't control, a lot that you can't fix as much as you may want to. We may just want to fix our grief. We may want to, sort of put in the formula or get out all the right handy tools and just make it better. And unfortunately, that's not the way that it works. And that can be an extra challenge for guys who are used to operating in that way. So what can help is recognizing that your emotions are normal. And I would add that they should be expressed in some form or another. Maybe it's crying when you need to. In fact, I always encourage that because it's a natural bodily function. It's a response. And to suppress that, you're fighting your own body, and it's just not worth it, and you feel better afterward. Or you can also express it, of course, through writing, through talking. Oh, I'm going to stop the recording.